My dear brothers and sisters in the risen Lord, first week of Easter, Thursday. Jesus is the manna of God. According to the legend of the Jews, the manna, which God rained down from heaven, had a miraculous effect. It showed its heavy origin, it showed its heavenly origin in the miraculous favor it possessed. There was no need of cooking or baking of it, nor did it require any other preparation. And still it contained the flavor of every conceivable dish. One had only to desire a dish, and no sooner had he thought of it than manna had the flavor of the dish desired. The same food had a different taste to everyone who partake of it, according to his age. To the little children it tasted like milk, to the strong youth like bread, to the old men like honey, to the sick like barley steeped in oil and honey. Jesus is the manna of God. He is the manna that God rained from heaven to be all in all for us. He is the manna who satisfies the different yearnings of the human spirits. On the first day of his resurrection, the first Easter Sunday, he appeared 5 times to 5 different people. These 5 different people had 5 different needs, and Jesus satisfied all their needs. The risen Lord is a great blessing. Let us note. One note: Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene was a woman who possessed by 7 demons. When all the people despised her in her sickness and trouble, there was only one person, Jesus, who looked compassionately at her. He alone helped her to get rid of her demons. He was a great source of comfort and strength to her. But he was crucified on the cross and now lay buried in the tomb. With a great sense of loss and pain, she came to the tomb of Christ on the Easter Sunday morning. She came to the tomb with a great emptiness, and Jesus filled her emptiness by appearing first to her. We need to go Jesus. We need to go Jesus if we have a loss in life. Whatever the loss may be it the dear ones we have lost or finance, we should go to the risen Lord, and in a marvelous way, He will restitute our loss. Second note: Jesus appeared to the women. When the Sabbath was over, 3 women, Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of James, Salome, went to the tomb to anoint the body of Jesus. Suddenly there was an earthquake, and an angel of the Lord descended from the heaven and rolled away the stones and was seated on the stone. He said to them, "Do not be afraid. Jesus of Nazareth is risen." When they were on the way to tell the disciples about their experience, it appears Mary Magdalene stayed behind. Behold, Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." They held his feet and worshipped him. Matthew chapter 28, verse 9. The earthquake, the sudden appearance of the angel, and the striking of the gods who became like the dead men caused great fear in these women. But the risen Lord appeared to them and called their fear out. Christians must live without fear, for the risen Lord is always with them. Third note, Jesus appeared to Peter. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 5. Of all the disciples, Peter was the most embittered man. He had disowned his master thrice, but he repented. The appearance of the risen Lord to Peter is not recorded in the Gospels, but St. Paul states that Jesus had appeared first to Peter when he was alone, and then to the 12. Peter had disowned his master, but his loving master would not disown him. He appeared to him and consoled him privately. Fourth note, Jesus appeared to the two disciples on the road to Emmaus. On Easter Sunday evening, the two disciples were going to a village called Emmaus. They were heartbroken and sad because Jesus, their master, was crucified and buried. Their hopes and their aspirations were buried into the tomb. But Jesus appeared to them and transformed their sadness into great joy. These two disciples encountered and recognized at the breaking of the bread the Eucharist. We have to participate in the Eucharist often. It is thee that we would encounter Christ. Fifth note, Jesus appeared to the 10 disciples. In today's Gospel, when the 10 disciples, Thomas had just departed before Jesus appeared, were huddled together in the room. For fear of the Jews, Jesus appeared to them and granted them his great gift of peace. They were agitated because their dreams were shattered. They were agitated because they now feared for their lives from the Jews. The thing which the disciples needed most was peace, and Christ granted that peace. The risen Lord is a panacea, a medicine that heals every disease. Whatever may be our wants, Jesus can satisfy them. As he satisfied the wants of the 5 sets of people to whom he appeared on Easter Sunday. He is the heavenly manna who will satisfy our needs. Let us seek him with all urgency, and he will surely satisfy us. May God bless you all. Amen.